Hello everyone. Welcome to the first podcast in the series Understanding PCK and TPAC of Social Science. I am Shaili and today we will be discussing the principles of using pedagogical and content knowledge in greater detail. We have with us Simantini. Hello Simantini.
Hi Shaili.
So Simantini, as teachers, we are familiar with the content and pedagogy of social science, but I often wonder where and how we start to connect these two in order to make teaching learning more impactful. Like it also says in the video somewhere that PCK is greater than the sum of its parts. What exactly does it mean?
Shaili, let's consider these two situations. In a very small, remote, isolated Adivasi village in Chhattisgarh, which has no electricity, so people don't have TV, no smartphones, government decides to extend the primary school to cover grades till 8th. How will the teacher transact the concept of diversity and its challenges with these children who have the least contact to exposure to the world outside the village? Or another example, if a teacher in an urban school has to transact a chapter on rural poverty and landlessness, how can she go about it in the absence of prior knowledge and socio-cultural context of children who are brought up in urban environment? Can concepts like poverty, village economy and rural development be clarified within these situations where children are in their own context and their limitations? Teachers need to constantly address these tricky situations in schools. For this, they not only need to have mastery over textbook content, but also understand the rationale behind including a certain concept in the subject. Besides, they must have theoretical knowledge about how learning takes place. They need to understand the specific group of children in their class. They also need to have the abilities to plan the lesson transaction and assessment appropriately, so the children understand what is taught. This video makes us think about the blend of all these characteristics that go into teaching.
I see your point there. It is not just the knowledge about what to teach or how to teach, but about how to teach specific content to the specific learner using appropriate strategies. That's why it's been called more than sum of its parts. Let us talk more about the origin and development of this concept.
Sure. Lee Shulman, an American educational psychologist, is credited for this concept of pedagogical content knowledge. Shulman in 1986 explained that teachers' subject matter knowledge and pedagogy were being mistakenly treated as mutually exclusive, as if they were two separate fields of knowledge. He believed that teacher education programs should combine the two knowledge fields, especially because teachers with integrated knowledge have a greater ability than those whose knowledge is fragmented. Other theorists have summarized PCK by saying that expert teachers know how ideas, concepts and facts are derived at and arranged in a discipline, and this knowledge provides them with mental plans that guide the assignments they give to the students, the assessment they use to gauge students' progress and the questions they ask in the classroom. In short, their deeper knowledge of the discipline influences their knowledge of pedagogy.
Wait a minute. I'm a little unsure. Can you explain what is this interaction between knowledge of discipline and knowledge of pedagogy with respect to social science?
For example, as asked in the beginning, if a teacher has to teach rural poverty to urban students in class 8, which idea should she begin with? The predominance of agriculture in rural India or origin of poverty in India? What topics are most important and need to be focused? These decisions require knowledge of the discipline. Then, which strategy and tools would be best suitable to explain the content? Which topics are most important and need to be focused? These decisions require knowledge of the discipline. Then comes in the strategies and tools that would be most appropriate to explain the content. There are choices about what would be best suitable to explain the content. Will showing pictures be better than reading a case study so that urban learners can relate to rural poverty? Questions like these would require pedagogic knowledge. The teacher has to consider other questions also, like which language would be more appropriate if the students are multilingual, English or their mother tongue? What are the resources available? Can she take students for a trip to the neighboring village? Expert teachers are sensitive to all these aspects of teaching. For effective teaching that converts smoothly into student learning, sound understanding and grip over subject matter is non-negotiable or essential, but it is not sufficient. Teachers also need to have generic knowledge of teaching methods. They need to know how and what strategies can work, the tools and technology that can be used, how to maintain class discipline, how to effectively manage time. She needs to know that content in different subjects needs to be approached in diverse ways. All these abilities and knowledge are in relation to what and how to teach. But for effective teaching, knowledge about those who are being taught, that is, the context of the students, is also essential. The regions, communities and cultures the students come from, their socio-economic background, the way they may respond to certain ideas. PCK is an amalgamated understanding of all these. The content is given in the textbook. It is the teacher that helps construct knowledge.
Right. So this means the PCK framework also highlights teachers' autonomy by placing them at the center of teaching learning rather than treating them as passive carriers of content. Thank you so much, Simantini, for explaining PCK with such clarity. Thank you all for listening.